Awaken to your truth that you are the I Am presence in harmony with the divine. You are consciousness beyond what the body and mind identify. This is Moment to Moment. Host Lynda Hope will remind and enlighten you to know your divine nature. You were born into the body already aware, but forgot it as you expanded your sense of identity, ego mind, pattern behaviors, and habits. Stop sleepwalking and wake up to your timeless, eternal, formless self. Now, your host of Moment to Moment, Lynda Hope.
Welcome. Namaste to everyone that's joining us here live, also being streamed through many beautiful platforms. We're here moment to moment. My name is Lynda Hope, and I hope you do stay tuned for at least 60 minutes or longer, depending on how this beautiful moment unfolds. And I'm so thankful to so many people for this show. This is my first on this wonderful platform. And we have to thank Todd Bates behind the scenes, making the magic happen. Can you say hi to everyone, Todd?
Hi, Lynda. Hi, everybody. So wonderful. I'm really excited about the show.
Thank you. Thank you for working the magic. And again, really so grateful.
It's my pleasure. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you. And we have a shout out to Christina Bloom as well, who had me on her show, beautiful show. So please make this beautiful platform available to yourself anytime you want to feel inspired and connected and investigating the mysteries of the world as they unfold, the mysteries of the paranormal. And, you know, even this, if you say meditation, why am I on a paranormal station, right? Meditation is this energetic aliveness that we feel as we know this moment to be the most precious, the most alive, because it is perfect. This is a perfect moment right now. You are part of this perfect experience, and it never occurred before, and it will never happen again. This is now. And so the now brings us into a place of awareness, of existence, of consciousness. So to begin that process, I'd love you all to just get comfortable in your chair, shut down, turn off all of your electronics, except this computer or phone. Dim the lights if you want to. Get comfortable in your chair, on your bed, and just breathe. We're going to take a deep breath in together and out through your mouth. And again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we're going to chant the word shalom. Shalom. Om is at the end of that beautiful word. Shalom means peace. It also means hello and goodbye. It's a Hebrew word, as some of you may know. Very, very vibrational. And we're going to chant that on an amazing instrument, rhythmic instrument, but it's called a kaizen, K-A-I-Z-E-N. And it has some cutouts in the front of it, as you see, and I have a mallet to play it. And anybody can play it. There's no right or wrong way at all with this instrument. And as it unfolds in the moment, wherever my mallets hit and we meditate and chant together, again, it's all perfect. So shalom. Here we go. Shalom. 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 And we breathe in and we breathe out. And for those who are only listening on the radio, if there are moments of silence, because this is a meditation show primarily, along with self-inquiry, if there are moments of quiet, just breathe into it and just enjoy that peace and quiet that comes. Because this moment, again, is unfolding just the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. So why did I choose this title, Moment to Moment? Moment to moment. Well, moment is now. This moment, again, without the mind chatter, it just is. But unfortunately, as human beings, we use this moment to get to the next moment. We use this moment to think or plan, or use this moment to remember what just happened. And I call that regurgitation, because whatever we did in the past, sort of like chewing on it again right now. And instead, we're not in the present moment of appreciation of the now and saying, wow, if total presence was your daily or minute to minute experience, can you imagine how awesome it would be, how your life would unfold naturally, moment to moment? Doesn't that feel like heaven to you? Yes, I know that is heaven, because that is your awakened presence of whatever is in front of you, whatever you are experiencing now, whatever you're seeing, whatever you're smelling, whatever you're touching, whatever you're, all the senses are alive in that moment. And that is the opportunity you have by tuning in every Tuesday at this hour to stay present and alert and conscious that this moment is divine and your existence in this moment is divine. So that's called the I am presence. And you'll know that by many sages that have talked about the I am experience, that when in the Bible, if you've read the Bible and you're aware of this passage, they say that Moses spoke to God, and God, he asked God, what do I call you to the people of Israel? He was going back to Egypt to talk to Pharaoh. And God said, I am that I am. Ehiyeh asher ehiyeh, I am that I am. And that I am is presence. No object, no form, it's just is, the isness. And you'll hear that in Buddhist terms as well. There is a thing called isness. It's not defined. It's not an object. It's not even a perception. There's nothing but space. But there is an aliveness about the space. It's quiet and it's beyond the mind chatter. Part of the show is also to not only to quiet the mind, to inform you what meditation is. And the reason why meditation and this moment is just like this is because your self-discovery of your true self exists in this now moment, in this presence. Because some people say that the last minute was history, the next minute is a mystery, but this is the present, a present to yourself, a gift, a gift. And in the world that we live in right now, isn't that a real gift? Can you imagine being able to be alert and present and totally enjoying? It's like the phrase, stop and smell the roses, right? How many of us stop, breathe, and be throughout our day? Can you just think about that? Can you make that a mental note to yourself to stop, breathe, and be now? And see how your body feels. How all of a sudden you've just stopped the world, whatever's out there, and said, now I'm stopping now. I am stopping now, and I am alive in this moment experience. And I'm going to just witness, just be the witness of it. Just look at what's happening and viewing it as the observer without giving it any thought or judgment or comparison or bringing any mind chatter into it, just to be there. And that is the key. The beingness of that experience is who you are. We're human beings. We're not human doers, but we tend to be a lot of doers, right? We tend to make our lists. We tend to have a habit. We tend to have a pattern behavior that we've had all our entire life, and we believe it to be who we are with this identity. With this identity. Identity. We're going to talk about that, but first we are going to take a moment to thank our sponsors. So stay tuned to Moment to Moment. I'm Lynda Hope. See you in one moment.
Would you like to be a part of something new, something different? Host a show with WLTK-DB Talk Radio and dare to be different. We offer full production and live engineering of your show by a real person, not a pesky computer. Just visit WLTK-DB.com and click pricing to get started. It's not as much as you think, and a great way for you to get your message to the world. Better hurry. Slots fill up fast and you don't want to miss out on this excellent opportunity. Visit WLTK-DB.com and contact us for more information now. WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Paranormal talk is our business, and business is good. From its beginnings, Used was created to unleash the excellence of nature's healing powers and bring them to people everywhere. With almost 90 years in the market, they are considered a worldwide pioneer in complete herbal wellness therapy. All Swiss Used products are natural, essential oil-based, pleasant, and harmonious. They are extracted from plants and herbs with the latest technology to ensure the best results. Swiss Used Live Healthy with consultant Stephanie will guide you in the right direction to find the perfect essential products just for you. For example, have an upset tummy? Try our soothing chamomile that has not only been used by many, but trusted for years. Keep in mind, you just can't get these amazing oils at your local shopping center. They're just too special. For that, you need a connection. And that connection is Stephanie. Want some? Then head on over to Facebook and search Swiss Used Live Healthy. That's Swiss Used Live Healthy, and contact Stephanie today.
welcome back to Moment to Moment. I'm your host, Lynda Hope, and I hope that something I've said resonates with you right now. And we're here to explore the joy of this moment and how this can be something that you can experience in your life. As we know, this time of our life can be very challenging. It's been filled a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty, where our minds, our thoughts have sort of taken us sometimes into a very fear-based concept, fear-based reality. And it's hard to see sometimes the hope, the love, the joy aspects of our life when we are consumed by fearful thoughts, by thoughts that take us out of this present moment and project into the future, or we relive the past and then we create a story about that. And we can get all tied up in knots, stress-wise. So this show, Moment to Moment, is really self-inquiry. We are looking inward into our own experience of our life and our development of our human potential. And we're seeing it from clear eyes, from a clear vision of consciousness. We know that this is not new. The idea that, and it's not even an idea, it is the knowing of our own self as actualized, as the quiet consciousness that we exist. Now, let me explain this a little bit more in terms of a child, of a baby. Okay, so let's look at a baby. What does a baby? When we look at a baby, don't we feel something? Don't we feel alive? Don't we feel present? Don't we look at it and feel extreme love and joy when we look at that baby's face? Why is that? Have you asked yourself, why are we so attracted to babies and puppies? Why? Because they represent who we really are. They represent that still presence that we could say in some conceptual terms of innocence. They are pure awareness. They look at their hand and they don't know what this is. They're going, wow, look at that. You know, they look at them, they look above them and they see this mole going around and they go, wow, oh. And then they look at somebody looking over at them, smiling and go, oh, wow. You know, this is all just a wow experience for them. Just plain wow. They don't know who they are as a person. They don't know concepts. They have no past. They don't have any idea of what the future is coming or what that looks like to them. There is a tension in the moment that's profound. And there's this joy. And, you know, we don't remember what it feels like to be a baby, but we know how it feels when we look at a baby. When we look, even when we walk in nature and we see an animal just climbing a tree or a flower blooming, or that sense of creation, that sense of illumination, of presence. That is the essence. That is the pure consciousness. That baby knows it exists, and that's it. That baby was of the divine. That soul spirit that came into that form is still knowing its existence, knowing it came and is of the divine consciousness that created it, in that oneness field of all there is. And then it was given a name, Charlie or Molly, and then it was told to act a certain way, and then it was given all kinds of things and jobs and you name it, we've got it. It developed through examples of parents, about mothers and fathers and siblings and society, and it created its own version of itself over and over and over. I mean, We're not the same person we were when we were babies. We were not the same person we were when we were 10 years old. Even when we were 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever age you are, we're not the same. We have developed and changed our persona and our personality and our desire and wants, and what makes us happy, what doesn't make us happy. And we live in this dualistic world of contrast: fear, love, hate, jealousy, hope, lot of duality, over and over duality. So what we like one minute, we may not like the next. We join a health club, we get really motivated to join the health club, and then 3 months into it, they count on it. They count on you losing interest. It's usually typically 3 to 4 months after you join a health club. You lose that desire. I don't know, really? What made you think I was going to go in and get on the treadmill? Really? But there was this desire in the moment. And then you watch your mind and it says, I'm not going today. I've got better things to do. So as you're listening to me, you may even have your mind going, thoughts coming in. Why am I listening to this woman about the moment? Why do I really need this in my life? And how is this going to change my life? Or what is she really talking about? Things like that. Or I'm just hungry. It's 7:22 Central Time. I haven't eaten. I'm going to go. I'll come back. The mind will not want to hear these words that I'm saying, because the mind likes to be recognized and appreciated. And it does like your attention. It's just like if you're a parent and you have a child, what happens when you get on the phone? Okay, I'm on the phone. And the child says, Mommy, Mommy. It'll get your attention because it does not like you to ignore it. And when we get into a meditation and we try to be still, right? The mind chatter comes in. And some people say, I can't meditate. I can't meditate because of the mind chatter, right? So we're talking about mindfulness, but we're really talking about awareness, right? Awareness of the moment, just like a child is totally aware in the moment. We notice and we see, observing these thoughts that come in, and we don't have to log on to those thoughts. Now, that may seem a little weird for you to hear that, because we believe our thoughts. The baby doesn't have any thoughts. The baby just wants to be changed, or it's wet, or hungry. It's a gurgling in the stomach. How much does that baby really think, right? But that thinking becomes activated the minute it starts to form an identity. And then our identity, controls all. Then the thoughts start to come in and we start to believe all these thoughts. And we create stories around these thoughts. These thoughts create stories, and we start to believe the stories, and we see that our life sometimes goes really well certain days, and then sometimes our life does not go so well the next. Because what happens, our thoughts start to run the show, and they're usually ego-based when we talk about personal. When we get personal into the personal I, we get into our ego mind. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Your mind is not, again, your mind's probably going to start saying, it's time to leave the show. I'm done with this. Where's the meditation? I thought I was here to meditate. And we are. We're going to meditate in a couple of minutes. We're setting the stage for understanding the reasoning for, and there shouldn't be really, the mind is saying, oh, I want to reason this out. But the essence of what we're talking about is awareness, presence, beyond the body-mind experience. And that's why this paranormal channel is perfect, because we are identifying within our experience an energy, an expansive presence of knowing that we exist. That's it. That's all. When the mind is quiet, my mind is completely quiet right now. I have no thoughts. I'm just streaming this right now. This is just a transmission. There is that knowing that's coming through. This language is pointing you to your essential state of presence. And yet you may not hear me. Your mind may be very active and may be going, my voice may be very hard for you to, these words may be even hard for you to hear right now. But allow yourself not to hear it with the mind. Allow yourself to hear my words in your heart, in your heart. And right now I'm going to guide you into what we call the invitation. Now, Mooji, his name is Mooji, Mooji. He is on YouTube. You can see all of his satsangs. Satsang is just a word that means sacred gathering. And I believe this is a sacred gathering. This is a sacred gathering because we're here. And even if you're not listening to the live broadcast and you're listening to the replay, you are here for a reason. You are here because you desire freedom. You desire freedom from your psychological mind. That's usually the problem for everything, is that our minds can be tricksters and thoughts appear and they make us react in a certain way. But if we sit back and we just allow it just to pass, it'll go, because they always come and they always go. So let's get comfortable right now in our chair. This is what we're talking about as far as meditation as well. The misnomer is that your mind needs to have no thought. That's wrong. There's always going to be thought streaming through your mind. The mind chatter will be there, but you don't have to log into it. You can just allow it to be seen like a cloud passing, but you stay as the sky. You stay as this expansive sky. No judgment, because that's the ego mind again, judging, complaining, blaming, causing mischief, right? But we can stay as the presence itself and watch those thoughts go by, because they will. No attaching. You have to detach, put distance between your sense of this and those thoughts moving by. Okay? So what I'm going to suggest now is you close your eyes, get comfortable in your chair, take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Another deep breath in and out. And I will point your way into your place of quiet stillness. Again, whatever I say is not to engage your mind activity. It is to allow the knowing within yourself to be remembered and expressed, to remember who you were before you formed this person identity, that you knew you just existed. So just for the moment, I want you to forget any memory, or not even not forget, but not even hook into any past thoughts. Allow all the past moments to be still. Whatever the present is, we're not into the projections of the future. We're not going to be planning right now. So whatever thoughts come up as a memory or as a future idea or projection, again, allow it just to pass. And just sit here now. And even any idea of who you think you are as a person, just leave that outside. Leave that outside. You can pick that up later. You can leave all that outside. Leave any brain activity if you like. If you want to visualize it outside the door, great. Want to visualize anything to do with yourself as a person? There's no person here. No, leave it outside. Just focus on the breath as you breathe in and breathe out. Let's breathe in, very easy, and breathe out. Just notice, observe the beautiful stillness that you have, that you are this stillness. You are this quiet space. There is a sense of your knowing that you exist, that you are conscious. As an observer, that's all you know now. You are innocent like a baby. You are in awe of this moment. It is a gift to yourself. And this body is not you either. This body serves you, but is not you. So you at this time can just witness any tightness that you have on the tip of your head. Let's take tip of your head. Bring your consciousness just to your forehead. Relax anything that's tight in your forehead, down your nose to your mouth, just your jaw. Let it all just relax. And your ears, even your ears, let it just relax anything that you're holding. And your neck that holds this beautiful head, heavy, yes. Let that relax. The front and the back of your neck, let it just, if you want to breathe it out, do that. Top of your shoulders, just let them sink down. As your arms go down into your lap, let that all relax. And your spine, notice down the back, anything you're holding, let it relax. To your waist, and feel what you're sitting on. Just let your whole weight just melt into the chair. And your legs, if your legs are folded, unfold your legs and allow the energy just to relax. Down your legs to the bottom of your feet. And let the energy go through the feet, down through the ground to the center of the earth. Just notice here now that there is a peace and a quiet that surpasses any understanding. A appreciate your body in that it can do that, that it has that ability, and that all the cells of your body rejuvenate all the time. Appreciate that you are being breathed. You don't even have to think about your breath. You don't have to think about breathing. You are being breathed. How grateful are you for that? For this body to have the knowledge to do that. That the blood circulates on its own. There's so much to be grateful right now. Maybe you want to think, think about that for one moment. I'm allowing you now to use your mind in response to this question of gratitude. I am grateful for this moment. You can say with me, I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful for knowing this isness that has no name. I know I exist. I know I am part of the infinite intelligence that exists beyond the mind. And I am grateful. I am grateful to be here now and to know, to never take this now for granted. And to realize how precious this moment is. And even when thoughts come, I am still able to be here now and to witness it. No matter what the noise may be in the head, I am the calmness that exists. I am the stability in the instability. I am the formless within the form. I am the divine wholeness within the unmanageable mindset of patterning. I am presence. I am not the person, but the presence. And yet, I know this is perfect as it reveals everything in this moment. What I am experiencing is a knowing and a realization to remember again my authentic self now. Because now is all there is. Now is the infinite. Now is the timeless. It is all source. If you want to say God, say love. It is now. This is all there is. And as I chant the words, Ein Od Milvado, it's in Hebrew, very vibrational. Every Hebrew letter has its own vibrational code. Along with the music, allow the music to wash over you as you are now, and feel into one that we are as this now experience, that all there is and everything is God, universe, source. There is no separation. It's only a construct or a belief that we are separate. But in this knowing place of oneness that you know to be truth now, you are home. You are home to yourself. And the Ein Od experience of everything is God and nothing but God resides here in the now. So as I chant these words, the Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado, Adonai Eloheinu. Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado, Adonai Eloheinu. Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado, Adonai Eloheinu. Ein Od, Ein Od, Adonai Eloheinu. Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado, Adonai Eloheinu. Everything is God, everything is God, and nothing, nothing but God. Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado, Adonai Eloheinu. So please take a deep breath in and let it out. And notice how you are feeling right now. Notice if you are sleepier or more alert, or you are feeling open-heartedness, or just a peace that you haven't felt in a while, or even maybe you could experience agitation too, because, or you might have fallen asleep. Because I remember when I first started meditating on a regular basis, that was 18 minutes in the morning and the afternoon, I was yawning all day. Because my body was calming down. My nervous system was relaxing, and it would go on for like a week. And I was taking it from my rabbi. I was taking a meditation. And I was telling him that I was just so exhausted. And he said, that's okay. You'll get over that. And I did. So my journey of meditating began very young. When I was a teenager, I did TM, Transcendental Meditation. And I didn't know that it was a mantra. You're given a mantra by your guru. And I remember having dreams and actually guiding my dreams. I was able to actually do that, which was unusual. And I remember how much better I felt. If I meditated in the morning, I was feeling so grounded, peaceful. And I noticed that my reaction time, I wasn't reacting like I was before. What meditation does, the benefits, and leave aside the inquiry part that you are consciousness beyond this body-mind experience. Leave that aside. Just focus now on the benefits, the practical benefits of what meditation brings. As we meditate, our nervous system calms down. And I like to explain it like if a car was coming at you, the car, normally you would be right here and you'd have to jump out of the way. You'd feel a panic and fight or flight, right? In meditation allows you to put more space between you and what your reaction time is. So as more the meditation happens, the calmer you are to experience something. So the car is not right here. The car is way back there and it's slowly coming this way. And now you can slowly move out of the way. So imagine how important that would be for you as a parent. Just take that as an example. When your children are acting out and you are observing in a calm place of seeing that interaction and not getting all excited. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes. Yes. Then there's also the element of watching your mind. As this calmness comes over you, you are able to be more of a detached presence to experiencing the world. And you're able to bring in a more calm, peaceful clarity to any situation that you experience at work, at home, and especially yourself, because we're really what gets in the way of every relationship and every problem is the egoic mind. It gets into the way of most situations. So if you find yourself in a conflict or a stressful moment, don't point your finger at somebody else and say, what did they do to me? Because that's playing the victim. Look inside and say, what just happened here? Am I projecting something? Am I feeling agitated? Because ultimately, you need to take responsibility for everything that you see and experience. And that is a big lesson I learned. Huge. So if you're playing the victim and believing things are happening to you, maybe this is the show for you to come every Tuesday to discover that's your ego mind making you the victim. Poor me, poor me. Look at everybody. Look how they're terrible. Boy, they did not respect me and they're disrespecting me. Or why did they not call me? I would have called them and blah, 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 blah. Whatever those stories are that we like to feed it. So, but to get back to the other practical piece, when we give ourselves the ability to concentrate, to pay attention in this moment, oh my goodness, what a gift you are giving everybody that you talk to. Have you noticed a lot of people who you start talking and all of a sudden they're they're looking out like this, or they're looking at their watch and they're going, I'm sorry, I gotta go, or getting on their phones and they're looking at their text messages. Have you noticed? Or people are actually sitting at the table on their phones, not talking to each other. This is what the world is coming to. If you can practice, it's called active listening. Active listening means paying totally attention to whatever that person is saying to you in the moment. Again, that's why we're talking about moments. In the moment, without, this is important, without thinking. Okay? Without thinking. In other words, most people, though, when somebody else is talking to them, they're already thinking about what they're going to say in response because they think they know better or they know something that other person doesn't know, right? That's their ego. I'm sorry, I love to use the word ego, edging God out. Okay? That's your ego. I'm more important. I've got something more important to say. Get over what you're going to say because I'm ready to talk to you about what I have to say. All right? This is the kind of play that happens quite frequently. But if we are aware, that's again the word, aware, that we need to focus our attention and give that person our full attention. It's called, again, active listening. You can look it up. I studied it for a semester as a resident chaplain at Condell Medical Center. It was important. It was very important to our education. Why? Because as a chaplain in a hospital, when you walk into a patient's room, okay, you knock on that door, you walk through the door, you need to be aware of what is going on. You can't just be knocking the door, open the door up and walk in and right? You need to be receptive, aware of the conversation. And part of the training was noticing, even before you knocked on the door or walked into the room, how you were feeling and what your response would be and what their response would be and what your response would be and what their response would be. Yeah. Excuse me. And then afterwards, you had to write it all down. You had to remember this. So when I left the patient's room, I had to remember what I said, what they said, what I said, what they said, what they said, and I said. And we had to turn those in. Now, can you imagine if you weren't paying attention? How you absolutely could not do that. But when you really think about it deeply, isn't giving somebody your full attention giving your heart? Aren't you really giving of your heart? Because that person sees that you value what they are saying, that you appreciate what they are saying, and that you learn a lot more when other people talk than when you talk. Did you know that? That's just basic knowledge. So make this a point. No matter what you heard today in this moment-to-moment time frame of 60 minutes, whatever nugget you walk away with, may it be stop, breathe, and be, or it is giving somebody your full attention because it's a gift to somebody else. These are, I guess, what you would call tools for your toolkit for advancing your human potential and enjoying your life to the fullest. And paying attention to somebody else is part of that because you are really understanding them and cherishing them and feeling that they matter in your life and they feel that. And how often do we do that? How often? If we just did that, let's say, let's do that tomorrow. Let's go and take two people that we haven't talked to in a while and make time. First of all, make time and sit there with them one-on-one, one-on-one. Make time and listen to them fully. And then when they stop talking, then maybe you can talk, but give it a moment. Don't just jump in and talk, all right? Listen and then go, and then maybe ask them a question. Maybe ask them more questions about what they said. Like, so why did you feel that way? Or can you clarify what you just said? Because I'm interested in what you just said. Clarifying. wow, they would probably say, wow, nobody's really asked me to elaborate on that kind of thing, because most people would just dismiss it, not even hear it, and then spout whatever they were going to say. And sometimes it didn't even make sense of what the person said beforehand. It's like, why are you talking that way? Didn't quite line up. So if we practice active listening, and parents, this is essential for raising children. When you value your children and their opinion and what they want to express to you in that moment without going shh later, dismissing them. Do you see the power of that? It's giving me chills. I see the power of bringing up children that feel valued, that feel completely loved and not dismissed. Imagine that, right? And if we can do that with everybody we meet, look them in the eye and give them a smile and a presence about you and a calmness that they can tell you anything and you won't judge them. And you won't talk about them behind your back either, because they're you and you are them, because we are one. And even if you don't really take that into your heart, somewhere in your belief system, maybe, you know that to be true. Belief is that we are more similar than we are separate. And this moment-to-moment experience allows you to know that. Because if you can get beyond your judgmental mind just for a moment and allow whatever is happening in that moment to be enjoyed, to be cherished, that brings you such joy and fulfillment within your heart that you are sharing that to the world. Isn't this what it's about? Being here now and making a difference in the world by bringing your best self, your peace, your love, and your consciousness to people who are in need, who are feeling out of whack, distracted, stressed out, fear-based, whatever. You can bring that sense of calm to them, and they'll feel it from you. And this is something that you can cultivate. And if you feel that you're scattered, I always like to look and compare this to this thing. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but you see those little flakes right there? Yeah. That's your mind. There it is. Yeah. And there's that little thing. But some of these cones are really filled with it, and you don't see anything until it really dissolves. But you get my message. You want to calm down your mind, meditate. You want to calm down your mind, breathe, and several times during the day, stop, breathe, and be. As many times as you can, and notice the beauty around you, and be like a baby in that moment. And smile, because smiling helps raise the energy of you. That's very important. So whatever you can do to be present, enjoy the moment. It's a practice in the beginning, but then it becomes who you really are. So tune in next Tuesday at this time, and we will continue. And if you want to be live on my show, let us know, and we will send you a beautiful link that you can join us live. So namaste, and thank you for watching, and be the gift that you are in this moment. You're watching Moment